There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. I'm falling fast, sitting here praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
Hey, Sean.
What's up, Darren?
How's it going, man?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling better. As I told you, I was sick the whole weekend. It sucked.
Sick as a dog.
Super sick. I
I wonder why we even have that saying. Why did we make a connection with dogs in particular?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. I only have a subtle clue, which is, you see dogs eating grass and it's like they want to cause themselves to vomit. Maybe that's where it came from. Have you ever seen dogs do that?
Sometimes. What's up, Chingy Blingy?
Chingy Blingy. How's it going, guys?
He was on my stream yesterday. My test stream.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Now we're assuming it's he, Chingy Blingy.
I apologize. Is it a she?
Could be. I mean, It's hard to know, right?
I think it's a him because I think Umberto. I know he speaks Spanish.
Oh, really?
Umberto was talking in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, only dudes know Spanish, right?
Yes. Anyways.
So when did you rolled into town on what day? Sunday or Saturday? I think it was Saturday, huh? Last week? Into
Sunday.
my town is in SoCal.
Sunday.
When did you first start feeling sick?
Monday morning.
Really?
Yeah, when I woke up.
Yeah. And it probably just got very rapidly worse, right?
Yeah.
On Monday morning. Yeah.
Yeah, see? All dude here.
All dude. Well, that's cool. Because you're looking at two all dude here. Two all dudes likewise. I have a feeling my brain is not going to keep up with what I want to say, what I want to articulate in words.
Well, what I want to do is, there we go. What's up, James the Tyrant?
Hey, James.
I want to get right to the video.
Okay, well, go for it. We've got a few people here.
Yeah, I asked yesterday the audience if they'd be cool reacting to videos, and they said yes, so let's do it.
All right, go for it.
Switch it over.
Let's react, party people, gentlemen.
All right, so
we got ourselves a Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, so this guy, to give you a little background, because obviously I'm not going to play the entire thing. I'm only going to play sections of it.
Yeah.
1 second. Christmas is over, and now we look forward to January 20th. Yes, we all do. Oh, and by the way, before
January 20th, I'm thinking, wait a minute. It's like, now I know. He's talking about when Trump gets sworn in. Yes.
So before we continue on,
yeah.
making sure making sure that hey, if you guys are watching this, help us out by liking the video, sharing, and subscribing. It only helps us get a bigger reach, so other people who may be looking for auto detailing advice can come to our channel and both the live stream, and also they can watch our videos on both our channels to get more knowledge. Right
You mean
there.
it's not so we can get more viewers, so we can make more money, and you can make more money, Sean? That's not why.
I make $0 from this. I make nothing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so give you some background on this video really quick.
Okay.
Like I said, this guy is just a beginner. He would qualify as a beginner. He's not even he doesn't even do auto detailing professionally. He's just a regular guy who likes his cars. And anyways, oh, hey Jeff, what's up, Jeff?
Jeff H, what's up? So roll camera, dude.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Make sure the audio is connected. 1 second. It's connected.
Welcome back to the channel. So we're actually detailing my brand new Grand Cherokee 4xE. Brand new to me, I should say. This is an example, a 2023 with 3,000 miles on it. And I just want to show you guys here through the cleaning process at dealerships. And this has been every dealership experience I've had. I probably bought 10 vehicles from the dealership now.
Hey, Sean.
In the last, I don't know, 6-7 years. Honestly, probably.
Yes.
Maybe, I don't know what our audience can read, but for example, you were showing me this before we went live, and I was able to read the title. So the title, it says, why don't dealerships detail cars well anymore? See, when I read that title, I didn't even know the context. Now I understand. So he bought this new. And when he says dealership, because often guys in the detailing business, they think about wholesale.
Yeah.
And they talk about doing dealership work. They often refer to this term called wholesale. So this guy, so far, what I'm picking up is he bought this new, and now he's going to go into why their detail sucks as a dealership.
Yes and no. So he's gonna.
Okay.
I've already seen this.
Right.
Like I said, just yes. So that's yeah.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, I didn't want you to watch it, so on purpose.
Less than that. And I have to say, I'm just not very impressed with how they detail their vehicles. So this is basically a brand new car. It's a year old, and there is no wax whatsoever on the vehicle. You could see here, I could rub, I'm going to do a paint correction on this too, but I could rub my finger across. There is so much just stuff on.
Really quick, his version of a paint correction is not a paint correction.
Okay, but can I chime in already?
Yeah, of course.
So did anything sound off to you as far as what he's describing?
That there's no wax in the car? Is that what you mean?
Like, is there anything wrong with that statement?
You're gonna tell me. Just tell me what it is.
Okay, and so anyone who's listening, how many people really think the dealership's putting wax on your brand new car for you? Do you think, like Sean, I don't know how many new cars you've purchased in your life, but I was operating under the assumption that most people accept that dealerships are not putting wax on your car. Dealerships do not get paid to put wax on your car. And for example, dealerships also do not get paid to detail your car. There's a line item, if you look on your window sticker, that will say new car prep. All that means, well, to keep it simple, it doesn't mean they're going to detail your car for you. So that's where you were saying this guy's a beginner. It's like, yeah, he is. But the reality is even if we aren't talking about the world of detailing per se, we're just talking about the world of new car ownership. And I know there is a certain amount of confusion by this, because there is, I would say, a lot, but I don't know about the majority of people that think like, oh, well, you mean my car doesn't have wax on it? It's like, well, no. I mean, who would have put wax on it? Not the manufacturer at the factory, and the dealership doesn't get paid to put wax on it. They just want to sell they just want to sell you their new car.
Yeah, he's gonna go over that. Everything you just said, he talks about in the video.
Okay.
And then also, really quick, we got comments here.
I refuse to let the dealership detail my truck when I bought it. Hell no. Yeah, Cheeny Blingy. Like, honestly, I remember watching a video a few years ago. A guy ordered a Porsche from the factory. He spec'd it out as he wanted it. And he even made arrangements prior to taking delivery that he would literally perform the new dealer prep himself. And if anyone doesn't know what that is, so when they ship cars from the factory to the dealership, they put a lot of protection film down on both the exterior and the interior. There's all kinds of adhesive protection film. And so they have to remove all that. Well, they're supposed to remove all that. How about that? And so I myself, if I was spending, if I was ordering a car from the factory, I would do the same. It's like, I don't even want them touching it other than taking delivery of it or being the receptacle for me being able to pick up my brand new car. There's no repellent.
The average person doesn't know that. You know what I mean? So here's James is saying there's no repellent.
Yeah, I'm not sure what repellent means. Does he mean
he's
like
talking
wax?
He's talking about the water is not dripping off the car.
It's not beating.
Yeah. Here's hey Brian, what's up? Thank you for joining us
again.
Hey
Brian.
And then we got here James again.
Yeah, I might give it a quick power wash. Yeah, that's part of the new dealer prep is if it needs to. I mean, that's one of the other things that people don't realize is you're on a dealer lot, you're shopping for a new car. You have no idea how long that car has been sitting on the dealer lot. You will know the year of the car. And if you look at the VIN tag, it'll say a month and a year that shows when the month and the year the car was manufactured. But you can do the math like, okay, let's say it's 6 months later and you see the VIN tag on it. It's like, well, how long did it take to get from the factory to the dealership? How long has it literally been sitting on the dealership lot? How many power washes have they done to this car? How long has it been sitting out exposed to the elements? So there's just a lot of variables there. Jeff H, I don't want a dealer to touch my car. No, pretty much no, I don't either.
Oh, wait a second.
Leardy58 just tuned in. Hello, everyone. Hello, Leardy58. Welcome once again.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the live stream. But anyways, I'll let you. I'm gonna play a little more, and then there's a section in which I'm gonna skip because he starts talking a little too much. So
kind of like,
but me. I just worse than you.
So, worse than me? Wow.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I watched the whole thing so you don't have to.
All right. Well then, all right. You just stop it when you want me to chime in.
Yeah.
On here, bad sediment. You could see here at how scratched up the paint is, and that's only after 3,000 miles. So my advice to everyone is if you're buying a car from a dealership and you don't have the space and the time to do any sort of paint correction like I do here, at least give it a good wash. Go over it here with some sort of ultra finishing product by hand here. And really, whether it's...
I'm pausing in there so you can see his little collection. Actually, I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see it.
No, it's okay. We saw his collection.
Okay, over it here with some sort of ultra finishing product by hand.
So he's got a Rain-X.
Yeah, he's it's all retail products, which is no surprise.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
And really,
although they didn't
whether
show
it's
the top
ultimate
shelf,
compound or ultimate finishing polish, whatever, go over it by hand and at least try to do as much as you can, because you could see here just how bad of a job that these detailers do, and most of them are, you know, high schoolers or kids just working for 15 bucks an hour or something. And you could see that the paint gets so scratched by the dealership because there is, you know, rocks or sand or little particles left on the paint, that essentially a black car like this, in this diamond black example, it will be scratched up. I mean, it looks absolutely terrible right now. And this isn't even sunlight. This is in a poorly lit shop where I'm able to do my work at, in my own shop. But you could just see here, you know, nothing is Rain-X'd. Nothing is even wax. There's no layer of wax on this vehicle at all.
Okay.
And
So
granted, I
can we
did
fast
drive
forward?
250 miles home from the dealership in snowy Wisconsin weather. But still, with that being said, there's no sort of wax put on this vehicle, even when it was new. And of course, the previous owner never did anything with it as well. And that's just evident here by no protectant put on the dash or something like that in order to get all of the contaminants off of the paint. And I just don't have any of that left. So,
All right, so basically, I'll just tell you what he does next, because he talks about paint correction, but then he talks about not once ever does he mention using like an iron remover or a clay bar.
yeah.
So he just talks about washing it with a 3D car wash.
So are you suggesting that he skips decontamination process and goes straight into trying to correct the paint?
Yes. Actually,
Yeah.
he does something different. He uses. That's why I want you to watch it, because he does some things right. Because he doesn't know.
Well,
I mean,
guess what? If he's getting the results that he likes, then he's doing something right.
okay, so let me
Right?
see. Oh, here we go.
Correct.
That's why you. So this,
Yeah.
but
So
this is
there's
why you.
3D.
He's
Pink
3D.
car soap. That's funny.
Yeah.
Pink. Yep, it's
Yeah.
pretty pink.
Yeah.
Thick pH balanced concentrated soap. I wonder
And
if they
then
have
he-
yellow car soap or blue car soap.
I don't know. And then he uses. Let me go fast forward here a little bit. Talks about the not beating whatever, and then there's something else that he uses. I'm trying to get to it so I can show you.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Express spray wax, one of my favorites.
Yep. But here's what he does. Let me just back a little more so I can tell you what he does.
their vehicles. So let's rejoin here after I get this dried off, and just a slight coating on top so I don't scratch it anymore when I go to dry it. I'm just going to put on some, this is not quick detailer, it's actually just express spray wax. You could use it on wet or dry paint. It's basically a topper in order not to scratch or mar your paint any more than it already is. We've got the car prepped for paint correction tomorrow, but I just want to show you here in the light just how scratched.
So then he uses the wax, right, on the
Yeah.
wet paint.
Right.
And then the other thing he does, go over here. Find that. I'm trying to find the.
So we got Scott. Shoot, I don't remember how to pronounce his last name. Bly or Blay? I think it's Bly. Dallas Paint Correction. The voice of reason.
Really? Is that really him?
Yeah,
Scott? Is that you, Scott?
that's Scott.
Wow, I haven't seen him in forever.
Break down all the false claims, which there are. Well, there's a number of them. Oh my God, I saw a ghost. Scott, how are you?
Wow, Scott, you've been off YouTube for like years too. So if that's really him, or
It's him.
Well, it's his channel, but okay.
That's his. Well, okay, valid point. He could have some pseudo character filling in for him from his
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah.
But yes,
All right.
that's his channel.
Wow. Okay. Cool. And then, yeah, I won't say Scott.
Yeah, chingy blingy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So
Part
that's
of
what
his paint correction
that's what I
prep.
was trying. That's what I was trying to get at. What I was trying to get at, without
Yeah.
giving the guy a hard time because he doesn't know, is then the other thing he does. Which I'm trying to find the. what he talks about. We're not gonna watch. We're not gonna watch anymore. I'm just trying to find. Oh,
Please, could
part.
we?
This part. No, 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 no reason. No reason to be mean.
I'm not being mean.
Okay. He talks about microfoul towels, but again, the microfoul towel part is wrong. So he talks about he's saying that you have to buy these ridiculously expensive microfiber towels
Yeah.
in order to do a job, because he says if you use the microfiber towels that are like the Walmart quality, that it will destroy the car or something like that. So
Yeah.
which anyways, and then he uses McGuire's compound, like the 3-step bank correction. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna find it. But anyways, that's basically it. And it's like he's got the right idea, but just doesn't understand the proper steps. That's all.
Yeah.
So
Or all the steps also.
Yeah.
If you said that he did not do any of the decontaminating process.
There you go, Darren. Here's a comment.
I would love to comment, but I have a face on my comment toolbar. It's been there since last night. I can interpret that a few ways.
Yes. All right. So now we're going to go to our YouTube channels.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ooh. And what you got for us, Sean?
I'm going to play
Shine Like a Pro As. This is Shine Like a Pro As. This is Sean's channel, party people, in case you're tuning in from different channels.
Yes.
So we could actually watch ourselves on your channel simultaneously while we're streaming live on it. Could we not, Sean?
Yes.
I wonder how much of a delay there would be.
Well, this is separate. This is not connected to my channel. This is separate. There's no delay. Remember, I'm using a software. I'm not using YouTube.
Well, yeah, but if you were a third person like everyone else in audience land, they're tuned into either my channel or your channel in order to watch us right now because we're live, correct? So they're watching us live. So that's what I meant. If you, since you're at your channel, if you hit the live button, you would probably see us streaming via your software.
Yeah, but that's separate from me watching a video from my channel. There's always like
I know. I was being silly.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Okay. When there's a delay in live stream, but that's done on purpose. Here we go, Darren.
Good evening, gentlemen. I think Nolan's been here before, has he?
I don't. It's possible. I don't remember everyone, but I do my best.
Welcome, Nolan. Pay my view. LOL. This is better than pay my view.
I think it means pay-per-view.
Yeah.
All right. So
the bar's pretty low around here, Nolan.
All right. So I'm gonna do.
The algorithm will not let the mobile detail shop comment. Well, that damn algorithm.
I'm going to be working on today.
Things.
All right. So I'm gonna do this video.
Look how pasty white I am. Now that it's my video, I can rail on it, right? I can make all the derogatory comments I want.
Don't care what you say to us. You're making fun of yourself.
Let's trash this Darren character, man.
All right.
Guy needs some sun. Where's the sun? This must be filmed in wintertime. I like my font choice, although that's your font choice.
Yes, this is my video I made.
Based on my body, it looks like this is when I was juicing. I'm looking a little emaciated.
I'm going to be working on a seat today. Thank you, because this is Sean, who is my camera guy today. So it's his wife's car. She's got a stain, whatever that means to you. The problem is like I just illustrated, is that the interior of any car is going to be made up of so many materials, from cloth, velour, leather, synthetic leather, vinyl, rubber, plastics. It gets overwhelming very quickly. So on these seats, which I'll bring you in momentarily, we have a combination of vinyl, plastic, whatever you want to call call it, as well as cloth seating. Now, the difficulty with this seating is that it's synthetic material. It's kind of like seatbelt material, which is one of the worst materials to try to clean. But nonetheless, we're going to show you how I would attempt to clean it first, and we're going to see what kind of results that I can produce. And here we have our lovely seat. As you can see, in the middle we have cloth. Right in the middle here we have our stain. Here we have our vinyl. Let me pull you in and highlight that staining towards the middle. What you do need to know is that liquid spills is very different to deal with and clean up versus just dirt that accumulates from the surface downward. I'm uncertain if this is a true liquid spill. I'm guessing it's not, but I don't know yet. Let's see what Darren can do with this stain and cleaning up this seat itself. Let me line up my tools that I'm going to use in attempting to clean this.
Okay.
So I paused it there so you can talk about the tools.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So I'm laying out my tools, my weaponry, my arsenal. Which that's why any professional is not just going to carry one scrub brush. You're going to need a variety of tools, scrub brushes, because you're always up against a variety of materials, a variety of surfaces. And what I mean by that in particular is the texture. So this seat alone, yes, it's dual materials. We've got the synthetic vinyl, or actually that's redundant. Vinyl is synthetic. What I meant is synthetic leather. So that vinyl / cloth, you got two different types of materials, but each of those materials has its own unique type of texture to it. So that's where, like, I've got a scrub pad there. That's my synthetic, that white pad, my synthetic vinyl or my synthetic scrub pad that is good for most textures. But then I got that stiff blue bristle brush, and then also that hand black bristle brush.
There we go, Juice Free
carpet brush. Yeah.
There, Juice Free. Thank you for joining us again.
Welcome back, Juice Free. Yeah, that black carpet brush, I like it because you can get a lot of leverage with that handle. And I mean, if anyone is detailed, because you're crouching down often, like the interiors can be difficult because you're having to reach and contort your body in ways that are not natural. And so even if you got like a 3-inch reach, like on that black bristle brush, it's going to help you out, which is why the perfect tool for the moment really is going to enhance your world in a good way or diminish it in a bad way. Make your life easier, make your life harder. So go for it.
Okay.
Really, it's up to you as to the type of brush, type of scrub pad that you pick. It's all based on you responding to your particular situations. Now, if I was going to do this professionally, I would pre-vacuum this, even though this is mostly a very solid surface, meaning there's not a bunch of nap like carpeting. There's still going to be some dry debris down in these seams, and you want to get that first before you shampoo, because once... There, I just brushed it out. Once you introduce liquid to dry, loose debris, it becomes this kind of soupy, gross mess. So, my solution, my all-purpose cleaner.
Here you go, Darren.
What is Darren's opinion on liquid luster polish pink stuff in the 90s? I think Pet Boys used to sell it. Have you used it? Do you like it? I have not used it. I am not familiar with it. I am certainly familiar with Pet Boys, and they carry a lot of products for the cosmetic car care world, but I can't say I'm familiar with that. So I have no opinion. I wish I did, Nolan.
All right.
Which is what this is. This is my go-to currently. It's simple green, diluted down, 10-to-1. 1 part concentrate mixed with 10 equal parts of water. So if you were to pre-vacuum, what you would be doing is busting out the vacuum, scrubbing this area first, breaking up the loose material and sucking it up with a vacuum. We're gonna ditch that part for the sake of the video. So I'm going to spray. Now when you clean a section like this or an area of your car like that, you want to create a uniform appearance. So if you're gonna go in heavy in one single area like that, you see how it just created a dark spot? So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I actually get the entire area wet with the cleaner. Never mind that it all
used to set hold on fire with that stuff. I'm not sure exactly. Used to set hold on fire with that stuff. I don't know what that means. Sorry, Nolan.
That's all right. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to ask it. I'll stop the video and Darren will answer your question. So don't be afraid to ask questions if you have them.
Yeah.
Even if it's not related to the video, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Or you can even, don't be afraid to make rude comments about my performance. I welcome that.
all needs to be cleaned anyways, and because this is two different materials, I'm going to tack it with two different types of scrub pads. This scrub pad's a non-abrasive.
See, I would say right there, it's like, well, that's not two different scrub pads, Darren. It's a scrub pad and a scrub brush. So I misspoke in that moment.
There you go, Darren.
Have you ever been, with plastic barrier on modern day car leather, have you ever been aggressive on really dirty leather was causing more harm in the end? No, I can't say that I have. I wouldn't call it a plastic barrier. I know you're referring to the clear coating on the leather. The only time I've ever come across a problem is when car leather, which actually can be done to both car leather or vinyl, it can be repaired. And so when you think of car leather or car vinyl being repaired, it's literally like body work. So they'll use a chemical to clean the area very well. They'll sand it if they need to. They'll apply a primer. They'll apply like basically filler, like in cracks. It's the equivalent of body filler. And then they'll sand it again. They'll prime it, and then they'll literally spray paint it. They'll either have a nice airless paint system they can use, or they'll use a rattle can. So it's literally like body work. So the point is it never holds up like the original material. And I have at least one, if not a few, dedicated videos that helps people identify if they might have possibly leather that has been repaired, because you have to be cautious of your cleaning products and your cleaning technique.
So, question right here, Darren.
Nolan, what polish do you recommend for a black 2018 Audi that has swirls? Well, the standard default is that there's so many good products out there, Nolan. I don't think you have to overthink it. And then also it would depend on how bad those swirls are, how aggressive you want to be, what's your skill level. So I would factor that in.
We're using a dual action, or depends what tool you're using too, right?
Yes, everything matters, but it doesn't have to matter, meaning you can keep it super simple because products really are pretty forgiving. And most people's eyes are pretty untrained, so it doesn't really take that much to improve your paint, where you're probably going to be happy with most products. I guess the difficulty is in trying to read a retail product, for example, and trying to know if it really has abrasive particles in it. Because retail products are often dumbed down and to make them as safe as possible. So they might only have chemical ingredients that help in cleaning the paint / polishing the paint. So you need to find a product that truly has some type of abrasive particles in it so that you can create some permanent results and refine the surface of the clear coat so that it removes those swirl marks.
He's saying if he's using a dual action.
Yeah, once again, dual action's as safe as it can get.
Yeah.
I mean, pick. I
Why don't
mean,
you
there's
just
just so many
recommend?
products.
Why don't you just recommend CSI?
Well, because I don't even know if it's available. I mean, you've got. I mean, based on
Let's
his
see what it is.
question, I'm suspecting he's only wants to do his car versus many cars. So ceramics. Does it say it's available?
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. So Nolan,
Nine.
that's the
Nine.
product that I default to is Ceramic X polish.
It says 9 left in stock.
Yeah. Well, cool. Grab one up.
Yeah,
$54.
grab it over there.
What's
All right.
that?
I said grab it while it's still there.
I remember when I started with that company, I think we had 3 reviews on that product. Now there's 220, it looks like. What
All
up,
right.
Dallas Paint Correction?
We got a lot of comments. I'm going to go through them.
Black Acura Audi. That's not DPC brand. LOL. That's funny. Do you know what he means there, Sean?
No, tell me.
I'm assuming he's referring to Dallas Paint Correction brand.
Oh,
Scott
got it.
probably has his own brand of polishes, I
Got it.
suspect.
Okay.
Yeah, he's being funny. Does Beadmaker really work, or is it just really, really hyped with marketing? I mean, my opinion is that it's hyped up. I love using the product because it's super simple, but it's really just, I don't even know if I could call it a glorified Band-Aid because it's so temporary. But with that said, is the McGuire's synthetic express wax is very temporary also. So if you're looking for some durability, I would definitely lean into something different than Beadmaker. Beadmaker is easy to use, provides shine, but it's not gonna be sticking around for very long. Detail It, what's up?
Doug.
What's up, Doug? Hey, we all know you have to have carpet shampoo, dashboard cleaner, door panel APC, and dedicated color safe seat shampoo, right, Darren? Yeah, isn't that the truth? And he's being funny, and he's just driving home that point that the industry wants you. They just want to separate you from as much money as possible.
Yeah.
And so they prey. They're predators. They prey on your ignorance and lack of experience. And so they do this by hyping up products. They do it by creating fear in you. Like I remember, if you rewind the clock, let's say 15 to 20 years ago, they talked about waxes and polishes that were clear coat safe. It's like, well, every car has clear coat. And so along the way, one company, McGuire's, Turtle Wax, Mothers, who knows? But someone said, hey, wait a minute, guys. Guess what? If we put clear coat safe on our packaging, people probably won't even know what we're talking about because we've created this element of fear, this element of suspicion in their head. They're going to naturally default to our product because we're telling them it's clear coat safe. Even though every other product is clear coat safe, we're the ones that are going to say it. And then everyone started following along. Now you don't really see it very, I don't know if I've seen it for a long time because the industry, well, not the industry, the consumer is much more educated and informed now, as in we know what clear coat is, or most of us do. And so it's a marketing tactic that doesn't really work anymore, but they're always coming up with something new. Kind of like ceramic or graphene or whatever. What, Sean?
Nolan is saying that when he does paint correction on the black car, there's a haze.
Well, that's where you're gonna have to kind of test different products out. It could be hazing up. Like when you say haze, that could mean a lot of things, Nolan. It could be you're not getting the product off the paint as in wiping it up, which I doubt that. So what you might be using is a product that's very aggressive and it's scratching the paint. And I don't mean in a bad way, but you're not using a polish that's able to refine the clear coat well enough so that it does not have a haze. But it's hard to know what you mean by a haze. So it could be that, which means you need to find a different polish
He's talking about right here. He's saying that he'll try
Yeah,
different pads. He'll do many car. Then he's talking about that he's going to try ceramics right here.
ceramics it is. Thank you. Yes, I've used ceramics for years, and it's just so easy.
Yeah.
One product, you can switch through whatever pad you want. That doesn't matter. You can use it with that whatever buffer you want. It's super simple. I polished cars in direct sunlight, and the paint's been 160 degrees, and I can use that polish. Yes, you
I
have to. Go ahead,
go on.
Sean.
No, I was just going to say that I use it on a black Maserati, and when I was done with it, the customer was blown away. He was like, he thought he couldn't believe the car looked that good. It was a black, yeah, it's all
Yeah.
black, and it was messed up, like webbing everywhere.
In simple terms, Nolan. Actually, I was going to go with I see what Doug's saying is he's saying use a softer pad that's damp. He's trying to address Nolan's point, which is he's creating a haze. So my default answer, if you've got a beginner and he's trying to make the greatest impact on his car as far as refining it, I would use a dual action buffer because it's just super safe and easy to use. And I would pick a very firm pad. Now, the reason I say a firm pad, and I'm also in conjunction with the ceramics polish. So I say a firm pad because the firm pad will allow you to refine the paint more than a soft pad. Now, if you're really, really afraid of doing this, then you're going to want a soft pad because you're going to be afraid. But I'm telling you, you don't need to be afraid. And therefore, if you're not going to be afraid, you would want a firm pad so that you can make the most impact in a good way on that paint as far as polishing away the imperfections. And because ceramics will polish down so nicely in pretty much every single case, that's why I default to a firm pad. El Cocho del, has this guy been here before? That's a
Yes,
long, yeah,
many times.
yeah. I've noticed a lot of people just starting a detail business, and you put that in quotes, because they think it's easy and they start charging the cheapest prices and leave the real detailers out of business because of price. Valid point. And that's, I mean, it's true because the world is filled with price shoppers. You know, as a rule, the world wants everything for nothing. And the world knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. So it's a valid point. But with that said, I was never the cheapest guy in the block. Now, when I first started, I played that charade myself. I kind of promoted myself as the cheapest detailer, which was a stupid strategy on my part, but I didn't know any better. It's what I did at the beginning, but I shifted from that course very quickly on and started understanding value and how to educate my customers. To me, it's two things. It's educating your customers, and it's also through your performance. And when I say performance, it's your quality of work, how you operate as a detailer. Are you professional? All those things represent value. And so when you can show value to a customer, if they really are a value shopper and they understand that you get what you pay for, then you will keep those customers, because a price shopper is just going to bounce from one detailer to the next who's got the lowest price in the moment. And trust me, they're paying in what I would call intangible ways that they don't know, because a true price shopper, there's no changing course for that person. They're just always going to shop price. And at the end of the day, you don't even want those customers because they end up being a pain in the ass.
All right, next one.
All right. And 3,000 words or less, there's my answer. Bead maker is temporary, but the look after a few hours is great, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I think it's the consensus around here, Mark, is that if you accept the limitations of bead maker, that it's a temporary Band-Aid, then yeah, go for it. It's super easy to use, creates good shine. So yeah, go for it. It's just understanding the limitations of it and knowing when to use it based on your needs as either working on your own car or you running a business working on someone else's car? I've had people tell me that using a forced rotation polisher will leave a haze when finishing. What do you think, Darren? Yeah, you know what? Tom and I were discussing this, I think 2 weeks ago when he was on, Sean.
Yeah.
So let's just reduce the buffers down to 3 varieties. You've got the rotary, which spins on a single axis. You've got a random, there's the operative word, a random dual action orbital polisher. And then the third is a forced rotation dual action. So yes, each of those polishers will create its own unique, what I call a scratch pattern. And the reason I call it a scratch pattern, because when you're using a polish that actually has abrasive particles in it, it literally is scratching the clear coat, and that's how you refine the surface. So anyone that's ever worked with wood or metal, but most people have worked with wood, when you want to do the initial sanding, you're going to use a heavier grit sandpaper, and then you convert the deeper scratches that you just introduced with the heavier grit sandpaper. You use a finer grit sandpaper to convert the heavy, deeper scratches into finer scratches, and you just do that progressively, which is why the industry wants to sell you 2, 3, 4 different types of polishes, because it makes sense logically. The unique thing with Ceramic X is that it has finer grit polish particles in it, but they're kind of like diamonds where they don't abrade down. They're not diminishing abrasives. It's what I call controlled abrasives. So it doesn't rely on heavy abrasive particles to do the refining of the surface. Darren, spitting truth. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wax shop. Wow, that's funny. A lot. Boy, Nolan, you just revealed your age. I have not heard that. Hey, Sean, are you on Amazon? You are. Look up
Yeah.
the wax shop. See if that
Yeah.
still exists. I remember when wax shop, it was such the rage. And I don't remember exactly what product that put them on the map, but they had a product. It was a liquid wax. And everyone was just saying how great it was. And in most ways, I was disappointed, but that's so long ago. My word.
Just right there. Wax
Good
shop.
for you. See, it's probably gone through so many iterations that who knows. See, what I would love to know is the original. It was a wax that separated too. You had to shake it up each time. It was liquid and it separated. But everyone just thought it was the best. Yeah, okay. Actually, I bought these products. I never tested them. I bought them for a video. I literally just bought them just as props because they have 4. If I recall, they have 4 different polishes that they want you to use in order to do paint correction.
Of course.
Yeah. Darren, with long throw polishers being so popular these days, are you seeing these long throw being problematic for fishing out really soft clears? I don't think so, Scott. Yeah, and I've always debated, like, I wonder if, for example, if beginners like the smaller polishers, as in the 5-inch backing plate versus a 6.5-inch backing plate, and do they prefer a long throw versus a short throw? I just suspect as a beginner, because there's a certain amount of fear going on, that they lean towards the smaller stuff, because I think smaller to them might represent more control to them and a safer polishing experience. I personally, I haven't had a problem with the long throw, would be my simple answer. Malco products are also pretty good and affordable. Yeah, I have very limited experience with Malco. I'm certainly familiar with them. They've been around forever.
Yeah, we went over Malco products last time.
Yeah, we did. And we were making a comparison to another brand that has similar packaging.
Yeah, and
them.
you went over it, and the other company you said was really expensive. This one was cheaper.
Yeah, and that's part of my default answer is that there's so many good products out there, and with chemical engineering and the advances they've made, it's kind of hard to go wrong. And honestly, I feel like I could probably finesse the results out of most products. It might take more work, or it might take longer to do it. And yes, this is where experience comes in to the equation, that I have enough experience. I can finesse probably the results that I'm after with just about any product that you threw my way. I could finesse the moment. Mark Rizzo, have you tried BC3 or Phoenix EOD Titan? Crazy gloss and durable.
BC3.
Phoenix is the Two Brothers company, is it not? That Phoenix EOD?
I think so. EOD.
Which I can't remember what the acronym the EOD stands for.
There it is. Darren.
EOD. So can we surmise what the EOD stands for?
Is this the right one?
I don't really recognize that
brand.
Well, that's just, is Hydra the brand of that? I can't see it well enough to know if you're on the right, because I don't see, that's part of the
is that EOD.
Yeah, I know we talked about this, but what does the EOD stand for? Does anyone out there in viewer land know what EOD stands for?
They'll tell us.
But is that not the Two Brothers, the detail, what's it called? Detail something. I've commented on their logo.
I don't know.
But 3M Pink Glaze has also worked for me. Yeah, 3M, they got a shit ton of products.
Yeah.
Talk about product overload. And I've never used that Titan hybrid detailer. Let's see. Hybrid ceramic coating detail spray that shines, cleans, and protects. Top coat, car wash, polish, and pink protectant, longer lasting than car wash. Man, that is a mouthful, which is funny. I mean, it's like they stuffed every conceivable feature possible into that title, or the description in that title description. So we got ceramic coating, a detail spray, it shines, it cleans, it protects. It's a top coat, I guess, to a car wash, polish, which I don't even know. It's like it doesn't even make sense. Not to trash that thing, but man, that's a lot.
Juice Free is saying that he doesn't buy anything off the internet.
Oh, I wonder why, Juice Free. There's got to be a reason. I mean, it's going to be more expensive, even though they all compete against each other and reduce their prices, but you are paying a part of that to Amazon, whether you realize it or not. You're paying a part of it for shipping, whether you realize it or not. Great crush and douse paint correction. I've heard that long throw machines leave a hook and scratch. 21 used to be the largest throw. It's 25 now. Crazy. Yeah, Doug, I didn't even know they had a 25 millimeter throw. If it's a random orbital polisher, though, it should not be leaving any hook scratches. That's typically something you're going to find with the force rotation polishers, unless you've got literally a single grit or a single particle of foreign material on your pad that's actually doing some type of unwanted scratching. I mostly use mail order stuff. Apex and Phoenix are both amazing car care brands. Yeah, the consensus is that Phoenix makes very good products. And Apex, is that Apex Brian's, as in Brian from Apex?
Yeah, from YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. I have not tried his stuff. And based on what I know about Brian, I suspect he's only going to be selling you quality stuff. Shape or hydration when working outdoors, all of the above, Nolan. I take supplements. I know vitamins are a supplement, but I take both. I have a pretty extensive protocol.
What do you take, Darren, so I can put it on Amazon?
I wouldn't even be able to rattle it off. Like I take, well, to keep it simple, vitamins. It's, if you spell CADE, K-A-D-E.
K-A-D-E.
Yeah, you're not going to find anything. All I'm saying, it's an acronym. So these are what I consider the essential vitamins that you need to supplement with. Vitamin K, vitamin
Oh, there it
A,
is.
vitamin D,
Oh, I see.
vitamin E. So that's just an acronym that is
Got
easy
it.
for guys to remember.
Okay.
And then as far as supplements, like I take glycine, I take 3 different types of magnesium. One is for like mood, one is for to help me sleep better.
Hmm.
And then the third, I don't even remember anymore because I've been taking it for so long.
Well, the pharmaceutical companies must really like you.
What's that?
The pharmaceutical companies must love you.
Yeah.
Like
And
there's our
then
top customer.
also with hydration, I drink nothing but water anymore. And a little background information, I drank nothing but Diet Coke for probably about 30 years. I know it sounds disturbing, and likely it was disturbing for my body, but I loved it. And I could never see myself drinking. In fact, I didn't even like water. I really seriously did not like water. Now I drink nothing but water. But with that said, is I add for 1 liter bottle of water, because I use the water I drink is through a reverse osmosis filter system to remove all the minerals, but you actually want to re-mineralize it by adding salt and magnesium to it. Or no, I'm sorry, salt and potassium. That's what I use. I buy those in bulk. Well, salt, anyone can buy that in bulk. I actually buy sea salt from Costco, and I use 1/2 teaspoon for 1 liter. Actually, it's a rounded 1/2 teaspoon of salt to my drinking water, 1 liter size, along with 1/8 of a teaspoon of potassium. And it's going to taste salty. That's because you added salt, but now I absolutely love it. It's bizarre how your palate truly changes and evolves. I used to buy the wax shop at Super Shops. Wow. Okay, there's another. This is funny. I'm curious, Nolan, how old you are, because the Super Shops, this is going so far back. They used to advertise on radio. They were one of the prolific advertisers at the Super Shops. Yeah, I can't even roll it off my tongue. That is funny. Doug, they probably are. Like, I bet, I mean, the wax shop actually went bankrupt back in the day. And then suddenly they rose from the ashes like a phoenix. Yes, pun intended. Evolve or die. Oh, okay. See, someone did tell us before. That sounds
Yeah.
familiar now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool little tagline. Aaron Burkett. Yeah, and Doug, is that not? Does he not have a brother that both of them I think have been on here? Another fucking bottle in the collection. That's right, baby. That's right, Mark. Got to separate you from your money, man. Speed probiotic or seed probiotic. I wonder what seed you're referring to. Actually, I'm on this anti-seed campaign, Scott, is in no seed oils. So I have eliminated all seed oils and seeds from my diet. The closest thing I could come to a seed is the fact that I still eat avocados, and the avocado meat surrounds a big fat seed in the middle, but I don't eat the seed.
Isn't avocado a super fruit or a super, what do they call it?
They call it that.
Yeah.
It's debatable. I actually haven't done a deep dive on avocados themselves to figure out if that. See, the premise behind the seed oils is that seeds it's a subject into evolutionary biology and why certain animals and plants have these protective modes. So the point is that seeds want to replicate. They want to produce just like humans do. And so they put defense chemicals in. It's part of evolution where they evolved as far as their defense so that predators would not eat them.
Yeah.
But we as humans, we now consume disturbing amounts of them. So we're getting all these chemicals that are natural chemicals, but they're not good for us. Anyhow, let's
move on. We got more questions.
Complex subject.
Running out of time.
If you go back 10 years, would you do anything different in personal life as well as your business venture? I would do so many things different, Nolan.
I think anybody would.
Probably. I mean,
would.
what's that saying? Hindsight is 20/20. You know, when you can look back, you're like, oh wow, If I only known that the stock market was going to do that, I would have sunk my entire life savings into it,
Yeah.
because I'd be filthy stinking rich now.
Yeah.
But in simple terms, what I would do is I would start saving 10% of my money and invest it in a low cost index fund, and let time work in my favor and keep my investing super simple. I would have been more particular about my health, even though I'm very particular about it now. I would have taken care of it even better at a younger age. So there's definitely, I mean, I could create a whole book of videos on that subject. Darren, you're correct. Brian Spitzer from Apex really knows his stuff. He and Aaron from Phoenix EOD are buddies, so they share info. That's cool, and I'm not surprised. I mean, they all three of them. I'm not saying Wax Shop is a company backed by Turtle Wax. Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, Wax Shop just goes back so far. Anyone know what happened to that young dude in the Chemical Guy's early videos? Can't remember the name, but he was a great salesperson. Yeah, we do. You know him, Sean.
Yeah.
And,
Greg.
yeah, Greg. I'm sure that's who he's referring to. That
Yeah,
guy.
that's him.
That guy's a phenom. I remember meeting up with him at a meet and greet that McGuire's was hosting, and I asked him. I said, "Dude, how do you perform in front of the camera? I mean, do you have a script you're working off, like a teleprompter?" He said, "No." He just is able to. He's just so articulate, and he can just rattle this stuff off so easily in front of the camera. I mean, the guy really is gifted in that way.
Yeah.
Seed probiotic isn't made from seed oil. It's a capsule within a capsule and allows the probiotic to reach the colon. Interesting. I am not familiar with that, Scott.
Look, that's what it is, Masterson's. Yeah.
Yes, Greg Masterson, as
Yeah,
in Masterson's Car Care.
He's going to join our live stream after the new year. So
Yeah.
he already told me. So
Cool.
should be interesting.
Yeah.
He's actually a nice guy.
Oh, he is. Very personable.
Yeah.
Very great conversationalist.
Yeah, he's not shy at all.
No.
No.
He's the anti-shy guy.
Yeah. Do you guys have any more? Do you guys have any more questions?
Yeah, we want to wrap it up, Sean.
way,
I know you're feeling
yeah.
less than. Sean was sick, by the way. He came to California and got really, really sick, and he's still trying to recover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Nolan. Greg is he's a natural in front of the camera.
Yeah, so it'd be kind of cool to have him
I'm
on.
envious of his talent. I wish I could be more of a natural in front of the camera, but that's been an agonizing process for myself. Yeah, enjoy that bottle there, Rizzo. And you guys, thanks for tuning in today. And if you haven't, just give it a like. Take you a split second to do it. We got to pander to those algorithms and possibly get to a larger audience so that we can all participate in this and hopefully learn from each other. So yes, I do take creatine. I take what's funny? Dos segundos. What does that mean, Sean?
2 seconds.
Okay. I'm going to give you an answer that's going to require more than 2 seconds, though.
More like 2 hours.
No, yeah, I'll reduce it down to an hour. So It's funny. I was taking my creatine. So I take my creatine after my workout, and I work out anywhere from 5 to 7 days a week. And when I come home from my workout, I take my creatine. I mix it with my whole milk and my raw honey. And I'm thinking, how much do I take of creatine? I had this feeling someone was going to ask. And it is 20 grams of creatine I take a day. And see, if you look on that NutriCost, Sean, that's what I take.
Yeah.
So click on NutriCost. And then if you can go to the picture of the back, it'll have the directions or whatever. So it's 5 grams. So the serving size on this says 5 grams. So I take approximately 20 to 25 grams a day. And that's new for me. I was just taking 5 grams, but I was listening to, I think, a guy on a Dr. Atara. I don't remember his last name. Pretty well known. Oh, it's the guy his channel is More Plates for More Dates. I follow him. He seems to have some pretty sound advice. And he said, shoot, try more creatine. It might, every body is truly different and unique. And so I'm now about 2 weeks into taking more creatine. So the jury's still out as to whether it's helping me. But yes, I do take it.
Well, I was like, let's get through this. I'm going to answer this question.
Praying for Sean to find a great job in California. Well, that's nice of you, Nolan. That's cool.
Yeah.
I know. Wouldn't that be cool if you found a great job? Not only a great job, but in California also.
Yeah, California is really expensive.
Oh,
actually, I don't know yet, but there's a chance that I might be moving to Iowa. So I'll say I don't care.
Okay, well, you just said it.
I just said it.
And yes, Mark, it's monohydrate, whatever that. Yeah, creatine monohydrate.
I was like, I'm going through these comments really quick.
Yeah. Have good New Year's. Yeah, you guys have a good New Year's also. Monohydrate, yes, I just addressed that.
I'm going through them right now.
Yes, enjoy the New Year's celebration, guys and gals. Be safe. Oh, man, we have to be safe. The best thing to bulk is real food. Yes, I'm a big fan of real food. Wow, I take 7 grams. Well, dose, maybe try more. I mean, check it out. Maybe you'll be able to see some better results. Rip Rich Piana. I don't know what that is.
Rest in peace. Rip is rest in peace.
Oh, Rich Piana. I don't know that name. Rich Piana. Is he an old bodybuilder maybe? I don't know. Per month. I wonder what that equates to. Well, basically it's about a pound of ground beef per day, which is quite a bit. Just as a note, I eat about 3/4 of a pound of cooked. So I go off a cooked weight. So I eat about 3/4 of a pound of cooked meat a day. It's going to be beef of some kind. W. Mark.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, apparently these guys all know who Rich was. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
You can Google him, Darren.
Yeah. Rich Piana. Yeah, don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming maybe he's a bodybuilder guy.
Here, I'll just do it really quick.
All right. I used to follow the whole world of bodybuilding when I was
yeah.
Wow.
I remember this. I know this guy.
I wonder if he died from like steroid use.
Well, he died a while back ago. He died in 2017.
2017, Clearwater, Florida. Oh, he's from Northridge, the Valley. He's a Valley dude. He does look familiar. I recognize the face and the body. And I think they might have a documentary on him. Yeah, it looks like they do. I suspect it's going to be the all about steroid use and maybe the
guy is that's too big. It's scary looking. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to be that big, but to each his own, right?
Yeah.
He died while his girlfriend was giving him a haircut. Is that a euphemism, Doug?
I was like,
anyhow.
Wait.
Buy good steaks online. I used to. I don't know offhand, Nolan, because I was starting to buy meat online, like grass-fed, grass-finished, organic meat. But I can't remember what they're called. I buy I buy all of my meat at Costco because they have such a variety. I can get grass-fed beef and frozen patties. I can get it packaged. They've got quite a variety. A heart attack while getting a haircut. Dang. Nasty. He knew the risk. I'm of the opinion most bodybuilders do, and they just accept that everything in life comes as trade-offs, which it really does. Only you can decide.
They did a study really quick on the guys that are that big. The problem is the human body was not meant to be that big. So I think that that's why a lot of bodybuilders, when they do it for so long, when they get older, they have a lot of health problems.
Yeah.
So they say it's just not meant to be. Here's someone new.
Minerals. Well, I don't even know. I'm familiar with the term mineral spirits, and Mondo. I don't know if he's ever been here before.
No.
I've heard of mineral spirits. It's what we used to clean up using when you were a painter. on oil-based paints. You would use mineral spirits. It's basically acetone, I believe. And
There it is,
I
yeah.
actually use acetone on tire sidewalls to clean them. I've got a video on it because it will cut through all that grime. So I suspect that mineral spirits is probably very similar to acetone, which is an all type of cleaner. I mean, it's aggressive, but it's a cleaner. Same with I also use rubbing alcohol on tire sidewalls. If you want to be perhaps a little more cautious, you can use rubbing alcohol.
Oh, a couple more.
What about collagen? Oh yes, I do take collagen. I get that at Costco. It's the I think called something Vital Protein Vitals. So I take that collagen and I mix it with because I buy the organic whole milk at Costco, and then I buy their raw unfiltered organic honey at Costco, and I mix that with my milk, and that's when I add my creatine and my 1 scoop of collagen to my blend. And so I drink that every day, at least one of those every day. Like today, I'm actually doing a little bit of a fast. And so I'm not going to eat dinner. I'm just going to actually drink that for my meal. Anyhow, as a tire dressing, he was open about it. No shame.
You're skipping them.
Yeah, I think a lot, Doug. I think a lot of, I think the industry has really evolved, which is, back in the day, it's like taking steroids was much more taboo, but the gig is up. Everyone knows that you're taking them. And so a lot of bodybuilders are just willing to be much more open about it. And in the bodybuilding world, as far as I know, it's not a problem. Unlike sports, like in the Olympics, those type of sports, they have a lot of banned substances. But as far as I know, and most of those high level bodybuilding, it's not a thing. You can use whatever you want.
You should go a little longer. There's good questions coming up.
Bison, pretty good too. Yes, I do like bison, and you can get it at Costco, which is what he's saying as I open my mouth out before I read the finish of your sentence. Yeah, it's a good bargain at Costco. But with that said, is if you buy the frozen meat patties, I get 2 different types of frozen meat patties at Costco. One is the grass-fed beef, and the other is top sirloin. Now, taste-wise, I prefer the top sirloin, but I do like grass-fed. But it's super cheap. And what I do now also is I supplement and I buy the chuck roast or the chuck roast. And usually they have it cut up in about 3 to 4 big chuck roast in a package. And if you do the math, it's about between $5 to $6 per pound, which is super cheap. And I cook that in a slow cooker and it's super good. When you're out in public, Darren, do you have any fans that approach you? I do, much less today because my channel is really diminished as far as viewership. Yes, I still have 108,000 subscribers, but I promise you not all 808,000 of those subscribers are tuning into it. So yes, at the beach, I get people that approach. When I'm in Vegas, people approach. I asked Rapid Tech, the makers of Rapid Remover, thank you, Darren, you're welcome, if you could use their stuff on tires. They advise against it. I've used household floor wax stripper before. I'm curious why they advised against it because I have used Rapid Remover. I mean, I have videos on this also.
I think I know why.
Well, they probably just want to cover their ass. But
they don't want to get sued.
Yeah, cover their ass moment.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know, like Rapid Remover, it's just, I was so glad I discovered that stuff, and I'm not taking credit for discovering it. I'm just taking credit for introducing it to the world of detailing because I found so many uses for it, and it's just such a good degreaser. It's just amazing. Yes, I am, James. 0.5 mils once a week, and I take it with a needle as an old school it. And I inject it right into my right butt cheek. And I used to inject it into the fat, but I've done additional research, and it's also friendlier on my body to take it in the muscle versus, intramuscular, which is really how it started, versus putting into your fat. Anyhow, so zero 0.5, which is, I think, equates to 100 cc's or whatever it is. It's pretty standard amount. What happens when you use lacquer thinner on your paint? Isn't that like an old detail hack? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Meaning I've used lacquer thinner and acetone on paint because it's such a good cleaner. So for example, let's say a customer of mine, they're pulling into the garage and they slid their car against the frame of the garage door, and now they got some paint transfer on their car paint. I will use acetone or lacquer thinner, and I wonder if the chemical. Do you have access to AI, Sean, on your computer?
Yeah.
I wonder what they would say is the difference between paint thinner or lacquer thinner. See, these terms all get convoluted. Lacquer thinner, paint thinner, acetone. Is there really a difference? I'm sure you can find a difference based on the manufacturer, but the point is I've used it on paint and I've never had a problem with it.
And what? Paint thinner and what?
Well, type all, okay, put acetone, ACE, acetone, TONE.
Oh, T on it.
E. There we go. Composition, paint thinner is general term for a range. Yeah, see, that's exactly, it's a general term. Characteristics. No, wait. It's the safety, primary use, oil-based paint, varnishes, stains. It doesn't really give the chemical. Oh, wait, go back up. Sorry, Sean. Okay. Petroleum-based solvents like mineral spirits or turpentine. See, there's another term, turpentine, but that's so old school. No one uses that anymore. Now scroll down to acetone. Acetone is a specific chemical compound, okay, that is highly volatile and fast evaporating, commonly used to dissolve or nail polish, adhesive, certain plastic, used as a degreaser. See right there, use as a degreaser or to clean surfaces before painting. Can thin certain types of resins and epoxies, just like a paint thinner can, which is why it's called a paint thinner. Can be harsh on the skin and should be handled with gloves. Yeah. But so they have a lot of similar features to them. Specific ketone compound, petroleum-based solvents. So there's a lot of similarities, but they are in fact different according to AI. I have used both, but mostly I use acetone as a cleaner when I'm trying to, for example, like I said, dissolve paint transfer off of paint. I also have used it to degrease the tire sidewalls, tires that have like 2 years of old dressing that's been built up along with dirt. Indeed, cover your ass. Yes, Doug. I appreciate your sound mind to carry 2 different combos. Cool. I take 250 milligrams a week. Well, I think that's up there, Mark. 250 ml. See, what's confusing is the bottle. Like I get a vial and it's 200 ml, but I use my syringes that is. So I split it in half. So I take half once a week. It's just I did the math at one point to figure out what I was taking. And it's just confusing to convert it from the ML into whatever. Now it's really bugging me. I want to look. My wife busted my ball. Yeah, no kidding, man. That stuff's expensive. It's like, wow. I remember when I first started using Rapid Tack Rapid Remover. See, Rapid Tack, I think, is the company name. It was $55 a gallon. Now it's $72 a gallon. Yeah. And in all honesty, because I kind of know the people there. I mean, honestly, they should be paying me, man. Like I brought them to a whole separate industry, although they're probably like McGuire's, where they look at me as a love-hate relationship because
Yeah.
I use it in ways that they don't even want me to advise to teach people to use, because everyone wants to cover their ass. And so they're like, yeah, we like that you're promoting us, but we're not really on the same page with the ways that you use our product. Point is they sent me a gallon for free. I sent them an email and say, hey, got so many videos for you guys. How about if you send me a gallon of your stuff, which they kindly did. What's up, Mask, when you felt to need to go on gear pharmaceutical tier 2? May I ask when you felt the need to go on, I don't know what on gear, versus like, I don't know what non-pharmaceutical TRT would be.
I think on gear means like all for it kind of thing.
Maybe. I suspect that is what he means.
Yeah.
You know what? It was accidental, James. So for example, I live a complex life. I should say I live a complicated life. So the simple answer is that I overdo it in life. Like it's all in or nothing. So I tend to physically overdo it. So if you rewound the clock about 2-ish years ago on the weekends, because I would also overdo it on the weekends with my wife at the beach. And when we'd come home at the end of the day, I was destroyed both physically and mentally. And it got really, really extreme mentally, where it was like hitting the wall at 100 miles an hour. And I just wanted to like off myself. It was so bad. And there was, aside from taking illegal drugs, which I wasn't really willing to do, I was talking to my doctor about it. And he just mentioned he had a few ideas as to what we could try. So he said he was going to put me on testosterone, which didn't really make sense to me at the time. It had nothing to do with building muscle or staying in shape or any of that stuff. It had to do with my mental state. And so I noticed that it dramatically helped my mental state. And that's why I did it. But then after doing it, because I trusted my doctor, I started doing more and more research as to all the benefits of it. So in simple terms, men need testosterone. And because of my age, my testosterone levels were hovering at 400, which is kind of normal for a guy my age, but it's still low. So, but once again, none of this was the reason I started it. It was all based on my mental mood. And since then, I've kept doing it and I enjoy the benefits of it. And there's numerous benefits. Like I do feel like my body recovers quicker. You get those nighttime and morning erections, which I think most guys prefer. So so far it's been a good winning balance. How about that? Because it's the fountain of youth, James. Yeah. Well put, Mark. I'm 32 and notice my recovery is slow AF. Yeah, well, I don't know. Get your levels tested. See what your testosterone is around. Like now, my testosterone, when I get my blood work done, which is at least once a year, it's anywhere between like 950 and 1150, which is up there. And I like that. I like that for a few reasons. True, Mark. 30. My test level was 330. Dang, dude. That's low.
You're skipping there.
It's an old school decon product. Do we know what product he's referring to? How often do you do the dry fasting? Dry fasting, I just discovered. I've only tried it twice now. And the best I've been able to go is, oh shoot, how many hours was it? 17 hours, which seems like I'm a puss, but I already do intermittent fasting. Actually, more than that. I do 1 meal a day. So I only eat 1 meal a day. So at a level, I operate on a deficit, kind of, you could call it that. I mean, in relation to the Western diet, everyone would say I'm operating on a deficit because I only eat 1 meal a day. So if I'm already on a deficit and then I try to do a dry fast, which literally means I'm not even drinking water, like you take in nothing, no liquids, no solids whatsoever, I found it way harder than I anticipated. How about that? Okay, so cc's, the bottle is 250 milligrams, which is 1 cc basically. Okay, I mean, I could look really quick. Sean, you want to gear steroids? Testosterone is a steroid, by the way. But see, I just did a deep dive on this lately. There's many types of steroids because steroids has there's so much baggage associated with the bodybuilding industry that people hear the word steroids and it's like, oh, wow, you take steroids, huh? It's like, well, there's a lot of, there's basically 3 types of steroids that the health industry categorizes as being steroids. So for example, have you ever read your bottle of like ibuprofen? It talks about it being a what do they call it? NSAIDs, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, because steroids can serve a lot of purposes. The point is yes, it's a steroid, but
actually, Darren, we have to go through these comments quick and just cut it.
All right, my test level is 330. We read that. It's pretty low, Mark. I bet it's way up there now. Absolutely, only thing I wanted for Christmas was 100 vials of TRT. Was sent it on my request. That's funny. I just ordered 6 vials of it. James, you're in your early 30s, so maybe not yet. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, I would definitely start by getting it checked to see what your testosterone's at for starters. Okay, fine. All right, is that it, Sean?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and end it because I have to go. I gotta take my medicine and lay down. I'm not feeling that great.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for your efforts, and thanks you guys for tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out, and we will see you guys, your party people, next week. And have a great
Actually,
New
and
Year's.
before we go, next week when we see them, it'll be 2025.
Yes, it'll be next year. So we'll see you guys next year.
Yeah, yeah. That's funny. Okay.